I'm a bit lost with all these expressions around and definitions around cybersecurity. So I heard about EDR. Could you explain or tell us more about EDR?
Yeah, actually, before we do that, I wanted to say that I really feel for you, because we actually, on some of our presentations, we have this diagram that was actually put together by one of the big cybersecurity firms, services firms, Optiv, and they basically split cybersecurity tools into 17 categories. So just the number of categories is 17. And in the 17 categories, there's hundreds of tools. Mm-hmm. So yes, we find that very often that people are kind of lost with all these different acronyms. And EDR really evolved for what we called antivirus and then anti-malware. And now it's Endpoint Detection and Response, which is a natural evolution of this category of tools. And it basically is one of the core pieces of a CAASM tool. So a CAASM tool needs to be able to go into, and actually, you know what? Let's define CAASM again, because
let's do that.
It never hurts to
Exactly.
repeat that. So that's Cyber Attack Surface Management.
Exactly.
And so these CAASM tools, what they do is they actually ingest data from different sources and kind of look at the gaps, look at the blind spots, and are able to, by comparing the different tools, find the needle in the haystack. So this is why an EDR tool is really critical, because the EDR tool sits on all your endpoints and basically triggers when there is some anomalous activity and allows you to basically respond to it, allows you to isolate that machine, allows you to isolate other machines around that seem to misbehave, etc. And that's the active part of an EDR tool, but the passive part is actually to be able to get that information into the CAASM tool that then can compare and see, oh, but this other tool did not report any problems, so there is something off here. One or the other tool may be wrong, so there's something to investigate.
Okay.
And that's really why EDR tools are at such an important core piece of the data that we gather when it comes to CAASM. But EDR tools also tend to help with the identity piece, because EDR tools also tend to know who's accessing that piece of infrastructure. And so it allows us to tie together not just the CAASM piece, but the identity piece as well. Thank you for listening to the video. I really appreciate that you went all the way to the end. I would appreciate also if you click the subscribe button, hit the bell, because every week we will be publishing some interesting topics on cybersecurity, CAASM, IAM, IGA, and enterprise topics.